Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. I hope all of you guys are doing good. I hope you're enjoying the set. We're back at home, able to just jump in to the spare room and get recorded again every single day. I'm delighted about that. It's been a pretty good international break in terms of daily uploads, keeping to the schedule here on GBFC. And of course, there was a brand new video that went live about 20 minutes ago at the time of me recording this on Tuesday evening. Forget what bloody day of the week it is right now, on Shootout. It was a tier list video ranking all of the Premier League clubs' most expensive signing of the summer transfer window. So check that one out. We're going to go through the Chelsea news today. A little bit of a laid back discussion kind of video with you guys, because whenever there is like tentative, I'm going to say, transfer news at this time of the year, there's a couple of things. You can take it as the truth and run with it because we love a little bit of transfer dopamine. And then reality kicks in where it's like, okay, well, it's November. We can't bloody sign anybody until January the 1st. And then you start to think, well, it's January. And apart from that absolutely bonkers window when we bought in Mykhailo Mudryk, Enzo Fernandez on deadline day, since then, Chelsea have decided, going to go and snore ourselves to sleep in the January transfer window. I can't believe I actually just snored on camera. It's been a long time since we've had football, so bear with me for a second. But regarding the transfer news, we got a geezer who, if you watch Shootout, you'll know how much I like this player. Antoine Semenyo is apparently leaving Bournemouth, potentially as soon as January. This came out yesterday from David Ornstein. Bournemouth may be powerless to prevent Semenyo's sale in January. Contract includes £65 million release clause available to all clubs, but must be triggered by set date so Bournemouth get time to replace him. Applies again in the summer at a lower price. So Antoine Semenyo leaving Bournemouth in January. Why do I get the feeling as though that transfer, and I'm not saying he's going to Chelsea, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think we should go for him? That signing for whoever it is who gets him is not only getting a Premier League proven player, which is on the surface what you want to be doing in a January window. You don't want to take risks. If you're going to be spending 65 million quid, it needs to be on a player that comes in and makes you a better team. Semenyo, I would say, outside all of the traditional big six, top six clubs, I'd say Semenyo this season has probably been the best player in the Premier League. The man scores goals, he gets assists. And what I really like about Semenyo is just how often he shoots. And I think with Chelsea, I'm not saying right now I'm necessarily worried about the winger position, but so many times I'm like, can our players just shoot more? I think João Pedro this season has kind of been one of those players I want a little bit more from in front of goal. But should Chelsea be in the conversation here for Antoine Semenyo? £65 million? There's a lot of people that might look at this and be like, don't go anywhere near him. Why would we? We've got a plethora of wingers already present at Chelsea. You've got Gittins, Garnacho's doing very well on the left wing. You've got Esteval, Pedro Neto on the right. You've got Cole Palmer coming back from injury. You've also got João Pedro that can play off the left. And, of course, we've got Giovanni Kenda coming in next season from Sporting Lisbon, who, by the way, Giovanni Kenda looks like a serious player. And a lot of people are already kind of imagining him on one side, Esteval on the other. So for me, I think Semenyo would be a totally unnecessary signing for Chelsea. Now, I want to know your thoughts on this, because when a player like this comes available, there's going to be a lot of clubs that will be interested. I think Liverpool will certainly be interested. I think he would absolutely suit what Arne Slot is trying to do there. I think he would probably be better output-wise than what they've been using this season with Gakpo coming off the left. I think he would probably end up going to Liverpool, but I could also see Man United potentially going for him as well. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is it one of those where Chelsea will want to be in that conversation or not? I think for me, the priority should absolutely be centre-backs if we're going to be signing anyone in this January transfer window. So, Before we go into the second story of the day, just want to remind you guys, if you forgot already, we do have a 10% discount code for the Chelsea online megastore. It's QR code on the screen here, and there's also a link at the top of the description. Christmas is coming up, and every little saving helps, doesn't it? GBFC 10 gets you 10% off absolutely everything at the Chelsea online megastore. Let's move in to this interesting piece of news here. And to be honest, at this point in time, it's just any excuse for me to talk about Esteval Willian. Chelsea officials and members of the coaching staff believe that within 3 seasons, Esteval could reach the status of one of the top 10 best players in the world. Well, with that being said, I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, yep, we've had 11 games this season. We've had 8 goal involvements or whatever it is. And compare that to what we had last season. Noni Madueke this year at Arsenal, 8 games played, no goals, no assists. You know the drill. I've got a funny feeling that this idea that Chelsea have about just how good Esteval Willian could be, I'm not writing this off whatsoever. We keep seeing it for Brazil. He's got a fantastic goal against Senegal in a friendly at the Emirates Stadium the other day. We spoke about this a couple days ago. I think Esteval's ceiling is, I don't think there is one. And I think when it comes to Chelsea's transfer policy, when it comes to the strategy about signing these young players, some of them will obviously have a ceiling. Some of them, there will only be a certain level they can reach. But for Esteval, honestly, I think the world is his oyster. I think the fact that we've got him and Cole Palmer, if we can keep these two happy, keep them playing in the same team together, who knows just how good this Chelsea side could be. Now let's move into the next story. And there's been a bit of debate about this one because we're going to read this out first of all, and then Fabrizio has had something to say about this afternoon. Man United rejected Chelsea's offer of Romeo Lavia as part of the deal that saw Alejandro Garnacho move to Stamford Bridge. Ultimately, for 40 million quid, due to concerns over the 21-year-old's fitness record. Now, this is from Mark Ogden. And then this afternoon, Fabrizio Romano has come out and he's kind of squished all of this, saying that there's no truth behind Chelsea offering Lavia to Manchester United when we were in negotiations for Alejandro Garnacho. Now, you guys remember, all throughout the summer, it was probably the worst kept secret that Garnacho was coming to Chelsea. I was against it. And I'll say it now, hold my hands up, he's surprised me. He's doing very well. He's in great form, and I'm excited to see him start against Burnley. Garnacho's doing very well. But Chelsea offering Romeo Lavia apparently was never the case. Chelsea were in talks with Manchester United and supposedly offered Tyreek George to Manchester United in the early phases of June. Now, if you remember with Tyreek George, he obviously stayed at Chelsea, was about to move to Fulham on deadline day. That collapsed, and he's had some opportunities so far this season, scored some big goals and big moments as well. But Romeo Lavia, right, being offered to Manchester United, as much as this has been squished, it was always going to be squished now because Lavia is still here at Chelsea. And I don't think it would play very well if this actually came out as being true. Because Chelsea, whether we like it or not, the Lavia conversation is one that will eventually have to be had because we spent a lot of money on him. Fabrizio said today also that Chelsea think that Lavia could become one of the best players in his position. But again, it's about those injuries. How often are we going to see Romeo Lavia on the medical table? At the moment, we have had countless injuries so far during his time at Chelsea. And I think it's going to be very difficult, especially when you think about the players that have also been rumoured to be linked to Chelsea, such as Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton. Now, obviously, with Lavia not playing many minutes, he's not going to be the player that we sell for big money to make way for Adam Wharton. I think you all know where I'm going with this one. I don't want to see us sell any of those big name players right now. I think Enzo Fernandez is delivering. Caicedo is untouchable, unsellable. The man is the best DM in world football. And as good as Adam Wharton is, I just wonder who it would have to be. If he was going to come into Chelsea, who would it be that goes? And with Lavia right now, even if this is true, that injury and fitness record is going to put so many teams off because the man just cannot stay fit for a sustained period of time. Now, a lot of people at Chelsea do believe in Romeo Lavia. I believe in him. I think he's an absolutely fantastic midfielder. I think when he is fit, when he's healthy, when he's out there on the pitch, I think Chelsea are a better side. And I think when Lavia does come back in, it's going to be difficult. And I think it could be a process that takes potentially years of similar stuff to what we're seeing with Reece James right now. Touch wood, wooden desk. Reece James has been fit and healthy now for quite some time. Enzo Maresca's managed him. And I think Maresca has shown there's a lot of things that Maresca deserves praise for so far at Chelsea Football Club during his tenure. But the management of certain players who have been out injured has been fantastic. Reece James specifically in this conversation. But the Man United rumours, apparently, it's all nonsense. And I back that because I think up until recently when the setback at Karabag, I think Lavia was working his way back into the team. Interesting to see, though, what happens moving forward if those Adam Wharton rumours don't go away. Going to wrap this one up here. Little one for you guys today. Make sure you do smash to pieces that like button if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to GBFC and Shootout, link down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Come on, you Blues.